So I don't know about you guys, but as a blogger, I always feel like there's these little obstacles I always have to overcome. And when it comes to monetization, there are two big ones. The first one is always getting on those affiliate networks, which is not easy. And the other one is getting ads on your site. So today we're going to be talking about that. And I want to give you a case study of a site that I thought would never get ads on it until I did one little thing. So just in case you're at the stage where you're trying to get ads onto your site, let's just go through it very quickly. So there are really two kind of people you need to please, and they're kind of linked, but they're not linked. There's something called Google Ads Manager, and there's also something else called Google AdSense. So even if you wanted to get another ad network showing ads onto your site, you really need to please these people because they're the ones that run the ads on the internet, in a nutshell. And the funny thing is, even if you get approved by one of them, you don't necessarily get approved by the other one straight away, which is a bit annoying. So there seem to be loads and loads of issues for why you won't get approved by AdSense in particular. And I've seen all different ones from redirects and navigation issues to thin content. Now, this might be the case that you've just got a pretty bad website. But in my case, I thought, okay, I didn't have much content on my site, but what I did have was all original. I'd written it myself, and I thought it was okay. So this is the case study in question. This is a site called Shortisms that I set up. It doesn't have a lot of content on it, and it's really the result of watching one of Marcus Campbell's videos. Now, if you've never watched this guy, it's the affiliate marketing dude. He's incredibly dangerous to watch. Literally every single video I watch of him, I buy a new domain and try and start a new website. And this was a result of one of those things. I went down the niche of being short because Marcus is quite short, and I'm also on the short side. So basically I built this over a couple of weekends, haven't really touched it much, but it was getting traffic. And I want to talk about that later on as well. So you can see here, it has got ads on it, and it's got ads from Ezoic. But wait a second, we were talking about AdSense, right? Well, one of the things in Ezoic that you can do is to use something called mediation, where you use other ad networks to get a little bit more money when perhaps the bidding for your ads is, I don't really understand it that much, but you get a little bit more money. So basically I added this site to my Ezoic dashboard and nothing really happened. I set it up, but it wasn't showing ads. And the reason why was that it wasn't approved by Google Ad Manager and also by Google AdSense. And the reason it was giving me was thin content. Now, if you look at it, if we take essential tips and solutions for shorter drivers, because apparently that's a thing, you can see it is a fairly long little article about, I don't know, over 1,000 words. And of course it has a few affiliate offers in there as well. But you know, there's a little bit of information here and there. I wouldn't call that thin. And if we look at the rest of the site, I've got something like 9 posts on it. Yeah, okay, so it's got 9 published posts on it. So not a lot of content. So honestly, I didn't know what was happening. And I kept reapplying and reapplying to AdSense, and it kept getting turned down for the same reason, thin content. So then I learned a little trick from some pretty smart fellows. And what I did was to condense all those 9 articles into one category. So previously I had all these different categories for these. For example, can short people scuba dive? That would have been in the category for short scuba divers. So I put them all into one category, short people issues, because maybe in the future I'll build out this site and have other categories. I did that, and literally overnight it got accepted. And you can see if we look in the Ezoic here, over the last 30 days, it's made nearly $5. Okay, not big money, but you know, that's a beer, a cup of coffees. It's basically money that I was leaving on the table because this site was starting to get a bit of traffic. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about before you go. Not only does this website, shortisms.com, prove that you can actually get monetized with ads with only 9 published articles, it also, for me, disproves this whole Google Sandbox thing. So my understanding of what people think the Google Sandbox is, basically, for a period of time, Google will not let your site rank for anything with decent traffic. I think this site shows that's not true, because if we take the example of the top performing article on this site, which someone stole off me and ranks better, can a short person go to heaven? I actually researched this and I found out the answer, and it was quite fun actually. I'm not a particularly religious person, but this was quite interesting. So I published this particular article on, where is it? The 30th of May 21. So last year. And if you look at the life of this article, so it was published around the end of June, and by August it was already getting nearly 2,000 page views, and that's organic. And it kind of grew to September, and then yeah, someone from Project 24 stole it from me, and it came back up again, and it went down again. So anyway, that kind of showed me that if you choose the right query, you can actually start ranking pretty quickly. There is no Google Sandbox as far as I can see. Okay, this wasn't 10,000 page views a month, but it was something. So all this just goes to show that if you're getting refused by AdSense in particular for thin content, maybe all you need to do is condense the categories down. Now, I've been told that you need at least 7 articles in each category, and I put all of mine, all 9 of them, into one. It seemed to work. The other thing I would say is, if you're at that stage where you're thinking about putting ads onto your site, then why not consider putting Ezoic on instead of AdSense? There are some horror stories about Ezoic and it's difficult to put it on, but I don't think that's true anymore. I added another site to my Ezoic account just yesterday, and I did it all through Cloudflare. I didn't have to mess around with DNS settings or anything like that, and it's pretty straightforward, and I can almost guarantee you're going to earn more money. Oh, and by the way, if you like that name Shortisans and you're looking for a brandable domain that you want to build out from scratch, then check out the Google form in the description, because I can find them for you. And I've always had a lot of success with my different websites finding pretty short and brandable domain names. So if you found any of that information useful, then do give the video a like, because it really helps it spread.